What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Frankie Bones, and in today's video we're going to be continuing our CDL Map Breakdown series. This will be our 5th episode where we head over to the map Embassy. Today we'll be breaking down the modes of Hardpoint and Search and Destroy, the two modes that are played on this map. But without further ado, let's get into this and start breaking this down in terms of Hardpoint. So we'll start with callouts and obviously some strategies as well. But as you can see, the first location is right here. This will be P1. A little note on this hill is that it has the lowest average hill time of any in Hardpoint, which means that people really do not value the time on this hill very much. It's very difficult to get, and people are more focused on rotating towards P2. So going over a couple of callouts, here we have bathroom, so people on my side will like to try and get in here and get a pick. Over here, this will be our second hardpoint, so this will be P2. Here we have Xbox, we have mid-box, and then in here is just sort of tough. You can say sort of left or right, front or back, sort of directionally depending on where your team is spawning. But some other points of interest around here, we have laundry. As we push back on through here, this room is called red. This room, as we go through these doors, is orange. So people will try and play some corners in there, get some kills as they try and progress up the map, especially if you spawn on this side over there. But some other points as well, we have palms, which is up top on here. People will be sort of snaking this over here, or maybe they'll be laying down waiting for people to come across over towards Xbox. But those are a lot of the main points. Again, like I mentioned, mid box, you can use that to hop into top bathroom, which is up there as well. We have sign over here, we have courts, we have outer box over here, sort of right next to the courts. We obviously saw a lot of snaking going on, which we'll talk about in Search and Destroy. But those are most of the main points here for P1. And then up top there is top office, which is pretty popular again for rotations, and we'll talk about it in Search. But so here we have P2. So it's going to be really important to control this bottom side of the map here. So this right here is called gas. So you're going to want to try and control gas side of the spawns, so sort of on this street. Here we have milk, we have gas truck, we have single van here, these do blow up, and then we have V1 and V2 to sort of signify the different vans. Again, they do blow up. We have P2 truck, which is here. People can snake this, but obviously again it can be blown up. We have back truck. These are both just sort of back truck. People try and nade these who want to have a trophy. And P2 heady is sort of back here. As people are spawning gas, you can shoot them down. But some other pretty popular strategies, people will try and come around this backside. It does have the 8th lowest average hill time, so people do try and rotate early and get the early time on this hill because the P3 is pretty important. But overall, you're really going to be trying to rotate over to P3. People will try and come back side of the building. They'll try and come up top to try and pick you if you're on these back trucks. And then quickly as we head over to P3, we have S2 on this side, and there's a staircase on the other side called S1. We have bath hall, is sort of just this connecting hall. We have back hall, we have front hall. Some people like to call them H1 and H2, but I just like front and back. So as we rotate on over here to P3, which will be in here in top AC, again, this room is called orange. We have orange steps. This connects over here to sign, just give you guys an idea of where we are on the map. And here we are over on P3. So here you'll definitely get some pretty interesting spawns. People will be spawning over on gas. So if you rotate over, you can sort of lay down and try and get some picks as people come up the ladder, or people will try and fly out that door. A lot of times you'll have a teammate that's playing on this heady, which is called top AC, so you'll be snaking this as people are coming up the ladder or hopping out of the door. But for the most part, you're really just going to need a trophy on this hill. This is the 9th lowest average hill time, but some teams do hold this pretty good. If they're able to get some trades early and get some map positioning, people will spawn sort of outer court, so you'll want to have your lasers up there. As well, if you're trying to get the early rotation to P4, you can play in top office to try and pick the people that are coming and spawning from gas. As well, I guess it sort of depends. We'll talk about that spot a little bit later over there up on top. But we'll rotate over through courts here over to P4. So people, the spawns are pretty interesting here. This is the highest average hill time, which means that this is really a pretty well contested and held point. So going over a couple callouts here, again, we have front hall, we have back hall, back door, we have S1 or side door. Obviously S1 being the steps and side door being right there. A lot of people will be playing on desk, sort of as they're snaking, watching back hall, or as soon as you break it, trying to make sure you get the kills in the back. People will also be playing sort of up in this plant. Little cheeky guy can be up on this here on the back door. You can play sort of up on this little table here. A lot of people will be laying down in chairs here, waiting for people to chow out of the side door. Or you could sort of just be playing in the back, watching your front hall and calming with your teammates. Another cheeky little spot is you can sit here to watch side door. People will lay down here and desk to watch side door. So again, a pretty held hill, but again, it's important to get the time there because there are some pretty low average hill time maps here. So here's a look at top office. Again, you can sort of look at these top windows in terms of looking for people off of P3. You can get a good hold for P4. Some people will try and rotate from the far side of the steps. Here we have top bath, and then we'll rotate over to S1 as we go down to our 5th and final hill. So this hill is incredibly mixy. It has the 2nd highest average hill time. So I wouldn't say these are quite money hills. I'd say P4 is more of a money hill than this. But again, a lot of time is generated on this hill just sort of because of the nature of the parallel spawns. So people will be spawning over here on gas side. You'll typically see a lot of the CDL teams breaking out for Vaznevs to be able to hold this hill. But people will sort of either be playing in this corner or they'll be sort of laying down behind the table, playing the close corner. But typically teams are going to try and break. We're running out of time. I guess I need to be getting on all these hills. But people will come from orange over there. People will try and flood in through laundry. People will try and come down the steps, which go up to top gas area, which is over there. Or they'll try and break by being on this gas heady. So that's a pretty difficult spot to shoot them out of, especially if they're snaking it. But it is a good way to break that hill. The team will sort of be spawning orange or over on quartz by the sign. So it is a super high average hill time, but those for the most part are all of the callouts. As we return over here to P1, as I'm sort of looking around thinking, I'm pretty sure I got all the spots. And here we have Cat Bridge or sort of top bridge, especially on P1s the second time around. People will be trying to get kills from up here, keep people off the time as they try and work over to this right side of the map, from my perspective, to get gas control. But the only thing is I have a couple of notes here for the hardpoint in particular. The only true money hill is P4. Don't lose the rotation there. Stay up, win your gunfights, get trades. Also really important on this map is to have control of either Xbox or sign or palms. This gives you a ton of information on the map as people try and cross to the point. And also helps you try and determine some spawns as well to help out your teammates. Another thing is that there are a lot of parallel spawns on this map. So for P2 there's parallel spawns, spawning gas and spawning back building. For P3 you'll have people spawning gas, people spawning orange or quartz. And then P5 as well, people spawning orange quartz or gas. So really important to just stay on top of your spawns. Be common to your teammates when you spawn in, where you die, to give them an idea of if those parallel spawns are inbound, and give yourself the best chance and the best information to get kills. And the last thing is to take advantage of the power positions that are on each hill. So this is definitely one major one, or playing behind P2 heady. Really important to hold these power positions and just give yourself the best chance to win the map. But without further ado, I will now hop on over to the Search and Destroy, where we break down one of the more popular options throughout the CDL. And to sort of show, obviously this is one of my favorite maps, I'll be coming out with a tier list for maps and modes in the near future, so stay tuned for that. But the S&D is definitely a favorite of a lot of teams in the CDL. I'll see you guys over there. Alright guys, so as we hop on over to the Search and Destroy, a couple of stats for you guys right off the bat before we get into this, just about the map in general, is that this map has been picked 28 out of 142 times. So I'd say this is just about a fifth. There's 5 Search and Destroy maps, but there are a lot of teams that auto-veto this based on matchup and things like that. There are 5 teams that have played over 50 rounds on this map, which is a pretty decent sample size. Typically, you say there's about 10, rounds or so, 8 to 10 rounds. So a fair amount of teams have some good reps on this map. So it's pretty well figured out, some of the strategies and what you need to do in order to be successful. So here we are starting off on defense. Here we have the A bomb being way back in our spawn, and we have the B bomb being more favorable for the offensive team. But really interesting stat, pretty similar obviously across a lot of maps, but a 75% first blood win percentage. So it's important to get that early pick, or really take your time in order to have the advantage on this map in terms of lives. But starting things off on defense, we have a 52% win percentage, which is pretty interesting, just about 50-50. 58% first blood percentage, 72% first blood win percentage. But the one thing that we are going to want to do, again, like all other Search and Destroys, is prevent the bomb from going down, because there's only a 35% retake win percentage. We have a 25% A retake win percentage and a 38 B retake win percentage. We do see a lot of our plants over on the B side. So talking about some strategies on defense, what we're going to want to do, I finally have frags. We're going to want to pre-nade that cross, especially in the first round where the teams do not have their trophies. We have seen in the CDL people are nailing these pre-nades. You can either throw it from here or from the back side of the building over here, and hoisting it up and over. Obviously I don't have my frag, but up and over the building like that. A lot of times we'll have people playing up on top AC with the sniper, or sort of edging out this way with the sniper, but you really have to respect the B push. There's 108 B plants to only 28 A plants. Again, similar situation with one more favorable for offense, one more favorable for defense. As we'll see, the defending team, I don't think I switch over here right away. The defending team spawns back over there. So really important to take care of some of these things, as well as when you have dead silence. Another popular strategy is to late flank behind the PD building, behind the office building. So a lot of times when teams are pushing toward B, you can just hit your dead silenced, run around the back, especially if teams have climbed the ladder. And Chris Parasite has talked a lot about this, is that if teams are climbing the ladder in the back of this office, let's just imagine I pop dead silenced. A lot of teams will be putting their pressure over towards the B side, but you can sort of see if you can try and get any kills for snipers that will oftentimes be posted up here on this box, or even if they know that the push is in, playing their life and sort of challenging this back ladder position. the optic ladder, which I guess it's now called. But you can either reflank, hit one of these snipers, guys playing outside, or you can climb up this ladder to the back of the building. Now, teams really should be going up the steps because Chris Parasite was talking about it. One, it's faster, but as well, obviously, when guys have dead silence, you can't hear them coming, but there is a window here. So if you climb the ladder and break through off spawn, people can then obviously be free. You can peek this door and then get a free kill over here as guys sit top office, trying to protect the bomb, protect the guy, getting the plant down, or making sure that nobody is defusing on the site. So definitely going to need to keep an eye out for that. But what we'll do is we'll talk a little bit about the offense, and then I'll show you guys the spawn and some strategies. So I'll fill you guys in on a couple of stats that we have for offense in Search and Destroy. So offensively, we have a 48% win percentage, just about a 52% first blood percentage. Again, a lot of times with the pre-nades, those are going to be hitting, or just different positions that guys have on the map. It's sort of difficult for offense to get those picks. But there is a just about a 77% first blood win percentage.
30 seconds remain.
And ultimately, opposite script of defense, we're going to want to get the bomb down. We have a 66% plant win percentage, 75% over on A. So if we have the numbers late round, we're able to get the bomb down. 3 out of 4 clip, we are getting the W there, which is massive. As well as over here on B. As you see, my man Timbo Slice is online. We have a 63% B plant win percentage, which again is pretty good, especially if you're in a good setup. So as we hop into this next round, I will show you guys. Jeez, I thought this flips every other. I'm going to have to change that for some of my future videos. You guys are probably irritated I keep saying all that stuff. But talking about some strategies, I'll just cut right through mid-map here. Just to get over here, give you guys a perspective of where they do spawn. But for strategies, we are going to need a trophy if we're looking to push B outside of the first round. So teams will be spawning back over here in the back lot. So initially, right when we spawn in, we are going to need to sprint, and we're going to need to get a trophy down for our teammates. A lot of people try and do the quick toss, get to the bomb, and lay it down quick. Another strategy is, again, people playing on these outer planners. So you're going to have your snipers posted up back here, or if you're able to get some picks, dive across. You can play the outer planner, looking for people to come from mid, or you can sort of snake this for people playing top or sign. And again, you can't really see it from orange. So there is, a little bit of a visibility issue when you are looking from here, but as well they can't see you from there as well, so they're going to have to chow it. So obviously play this spot at your discretion. We've seen some big time snake fest going on here and on the sign box, which pretty difficult, but sort of is what it is. Top off is post plant. Again, like I had mentioned, we're going to have some teams playing up there, planting the bomb on this side, so there's really not an option for a ninja defuse. People playing in that close corner. But those are really the most common post plant spots over here for B. Gonna try and work trades, because if we're able to get this bomb down quick, hit them out, it gives us an opportunity to get the bomb down and put us in a really good spot to win the game. And then the other strategy is you can also have people working in this top building. But once you have some numbers, again, A is planted at probably a fourth of the rate over on B. Like I mentioned, the numbers 108 to 28 over here on A. So when you have the numbers, you can definitely work it on over here. Plant the bomb down. You can have people playing back truck, or you can have people playing up on top gas, although typically teams will be looking to retake from there. You can play on this back wall for people trying to come through kitchen and P4 back alley, as well as you can see the shadows on that back wall to see if anybody's jumping off top, as well as playing in the milk corner. But that is going to do it for this episode of our Embassy CDL Map Breakdown. Really appreciate all the support on the past videos as well. I'll make sure to link the playlist down below in the comments and probably in the end screen if you guys haven't seen any of those already. But again, just really appreciate all the support. Make sure to like the video if you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. And we're looking forward to more videos like this in the future. But for now, that's going to do it, guys. This has been your boy Frankie Bones. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Peace out.